We've got some news for you. We have just won Pretty Little Thing. That's how I kind of met Thea. So Thea is the ASOS girl.
I basically matched with a guy on Tinder that was an absolute arsehole. Said something about my dress, and within like an hour or so it was already like popping off.
ASOS obviously saw her going viral and thought we could jump on this. She's wearing an ASOS dress. Let's get her on as a model on ASOS's website. I live and breathe my business. Psst. We've got some news for you. We have just won Pretty Little Thing. This is mad and an amazing experience for us. We're doing both UK and US for digital PR and SEO. We have about 5 clients on our books right now in the fashion space, in the beauty as well. So yeah, it all really started off actually. Thea! That's how I kind of met Thea. So Thea is the ASOS girl. She is our PR exec here. She worked on the Misguided account. She's now on PLT. I'm gonna tell you the story of Thea.
I basically matched with a guy on Tinder that was an absolute arsehole. Said something about my dress. I don't usually post loads of like personal things on Twitter, but I was like, fuck it, this guy's an absolute prick. Within like an hour or so it was already like popping off. And then it was the next day when ASOS picked it up.
ASOS obviously saw her going viral and thought we could jump on this. She's wearing an ASOS dress. Let's get her on as a model on ASOS's website. I said to Thea, like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, how did ASOS do it? We was really seeing behind the scenes of their stunt. And I said, what are you doing? She was like, oh, I'm at uni. I was like, what, studying? She said, marketing. I thought, oh, okay. So whereabouts do you live? 20 minutes away from me. So I was like, you want a job? I'd obviously just launched Rise at 7, and these sort of people was what we was after, was people, you know, who knew how to use social media, but the fact that she was the ASOS girl and she lived down the road from me, we just connected. We introduced her to most clients, to be fair. We introduced you to PLT. It was like, you're the ASOS girl? They was like, oh my God, we saw that, didn't we guys? How did they do it? How did they do it? And then Misguided was the same.
We went in for a pitch for a leading gym fitness brand, and we said, oh, like, this is what I'm known for, sort of thing, that I'm ASOS. And people's reaction is just like what the fuck? Like, how is that? How are you basically? And I never realised that I had that sort of reaction on people from the story, but yeah.
When we first went into Misguided as a new business, bearing in mind we had 2 clients, something like that. I've always told this story of we walked into Misguided and we won it on the spot without a deck. We didn't even do a pitch. But what we had is, we had good people. We had the best people in the industry and we had stories to tell. And one of those stories obviously was Thea as well. So half of the people in the room knew who Thea were, and that was a good buy-in. What we're doing now, so the way that we work with fashion brands is everything from campaigns to product PR. So we basically do product PR stunts, everything from Misguided dog jumpers. We have just launched our first PLT product and it's gone everywhere thanks to Thea, and we've only been working with them for 5 days. And ultimately what it's about is driving engagement, hype and traffic to the products. So people have always said in SEO, you can't get product links. Bullshit. That's exactly what we do. So we get links directly into category pages such as hoodies, shoes, jumpers, whatever it is that we're trying to obviously get to rank. And it's working because we're not only driving links, but we're driving traffic.
This is the cold Bernie meme where people are taking a photo of him at the presidential inauguration, mittens and all, and placing him in all types of photos.
Were you aware that this photo was immediately sort of became the meme of the day?
Not at all. I was just sitting there trying to keep warm, trying to pay attention to what was going on.
Have you seen the viral IKEA ad reacting to the Bernie Sanders meme? Well, it's completely fake. Rise at 7 was behind this as a way to prove how easy it is to go viral. Brands ask me all the time, how do we create content that gets, you know, mass audience, mass awareness? How do you get stories to go viral, and ultimately what it is making sure your story or your content is relevant to what's going on now in the media or what's going on in social media. So Saturday morning, ran into the bedroom, and I asked my boyfriend, who is a designer, to design me the IKEA ad. And we made some really small changes, so it weren't 100% taken away from the IKEA brand. You'll notice the E is not actually a Swedish letter, and IKEA usually have their price labels on their adverts, and we didn't include that. So this was a clearly fake advert, but we wanted to prove it didn't matter. It just, as long as the content was relevant to now. We created a bunch of graphics, pushed it out on social media. All it was a tweet from me, put it on LinkedIn, put it on Twitter, and it's got 4,000 likes, I think, on LinkedIn, and several thousand likes on Twitter. We have famous campaigns have also shared it. Everybody thinks this is real, but I just wanted to prove how you have to create content that's relevant to what's going on to get that widespread story. Good examples, so some of the best campaigns that we've done at Rise at 7 have always been tied back to what's going on now. So we did a campaign where it was called the Chocolate Orange Hotel, because chocolate orange was trending. It was around Christmas time. We put Kath Kidson on Animal Crossing because the use of Animal Crossing was massive. So we basically are very good at putting brands within trending topics to make our stories amplify and spread. And ultimately that's what we did with IKEA. Completely fake story, but just to prove that Rise at 7 can create anything viral as long as it's relevant. You will have noticed that IKEA Greece are actually pushing out their own graphic on this, which is amazing. I think it was an agency called Ogilvy. It was the Greece version of it, and that's also going viral. And it just proves we was on the right track with how they would react to this, which is amazing. So yeah, the content is spreading, everybody's seeing it, and it worked. So the moment that we found out that we won PLT, there's a very specific song that we play now. So we was actually in the car together, me and Thea, and we blasted this song out and we just couldn't stop dancing. So go, play it.